It's Friday, so you guys know what that means. Everybody grab a drink and join me and my buddy Clint Westwood for happy hour on The New Normal. Be right back. Welcome to The New Normal. Today is Friday, so I hope everybody has grabbed a drink or whatever your choice is. And you guys can hang out with us, and we're just going to wrap up the week and see what's going on. There are all kinds of crazy things going on. We're going to be careful, and we have a really intelligent community, so we know you guys know what we're talking about. And we've got all our friends. First of all, thank you guys for being so patient with me. We were driving home today from Mom's and got kind of a late start. Papa, it took a little bit longer at the hospital for him. And so we got a late start. And then there was a big wreck on I-35. So just craziness. Thank you, Westwood, for being flexible, and everybody in the chat.
You know what? It all worked out. I don't know how flexible I am. You know, I'm creeping up on 50 now, and it's probably not the case. But no, it was fine because you texted me and said, hey, can we do it an hour later? I'm like, that's cool, because I had to mow and I got interrupted. And then by the time I got done, you know, it started to sprinkle and it was after 4. So it all worked out. I got in here, poured me a drink. I poured it way too strong. So it could be a fun happy hour.
So you got a little head start on us all.
Well, I had 3 beers while I was mowing, you know, because that's what you do when you mow here in the Midwest. And so, you know,
no wonder men love to mow. I did not know that.
That's why they have cup holders, you know, on the riding mower. You know, it's like you got to have a cup holder.
Nice.
There's a reason for that. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I got my Tennessee whiskey and some ginger ale and on ice, and it's tasting pretty damn good right now. Yeah, it's
my
actually.
Grandparents used to drink ginger.
You know what? It's the same ginger ale. Nana likes the elderflower, the fever tree elderflower. This is the fever tree ginger ale. It's really good. Okay. It's very healthy for you, I think. There's no high fructose corn syrup. There's natural ginger flavorings. So
that's why we drink. Is a health choice.
That's why I drink gin. You know, all the herbs and botanicals in it, right?
I'm sure. I was trying to tell somebody that the other day, and they were like, I was like, no, it really has. Like,
hey, the Constitution was written by a bunch of drunk guys because the water was so bad. So they had to have distilled spirits, you know, because they're afraid to drink the freaking water or they're going to get poisoned. You know, they're going to throw up and crap all over the place.
Of 76.
That is the spirit of 76.
Ba-dum-bum.
Dun, dun, dun. Good one, Lisa. Anyway, you had something to say.
What did we have?
It's going down pretty easy now, though.
Oh, what we were just talking about before we got started?
Or
that's kind of heavy.
I already forgot about that. Yeah. You were saying something else. You talked to somebody. Help us out in the chat already.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You said you were going to say something. And we got, a lot of people coming in. Awesome.
Yes, I'm making sure I'm putting everybody's name up in their comments so we can say
$5 that coaster hits the floor. Probably will. Yeah. Gets stuck to the bottom and then falls. Phil C. Phil C is in every chat that
he's a busy guy.
He's a busy guy. I mean, he's always in the chat. Bix was on earlier live. He's in the chat. Speaking of Bix, he's got a thing coming up. No, he was in the Phil C was in Bix's chat. See, I'm just spilling it. Haven't even had any green fairy shots yet. You know, and I'm spilling it. No, but Bix had his live stream earlier talking about silver and talking about theta and crypto and where things are going. But he's got a meetup coming up.
Yes.
In
Phoenix,
Arizona, May 7th.
Yes. At the, I took a screenshot.
I took some notes and they're in the house. I can't go in the house. It's raining. I just stay in the bar. Sorry.
Between mowing and it raining, your wife's going to have
It's all good. It's Friday. That's why we do this on Friday.
Okay.
Someday when crypto moons, and right now that's not the day because Litecoin's at 233. So
okay, that is my fault completely. I will admit, and I apologize. I had my Win Lambo moment when the market's really up, and I went and bought.
Shut up. You bought something?
These really expensive candles that I've loved for years that I never buy because I'm such a tightwad.
Candles. I bought candles for.
No, I love them.
That's awesome.
Calderia, and
What if
I
I-
love the sea salt neroli. And I
Shut
bought
up.
2 of them plus room spray and dishwashing soap.
All right, Lisa.
I went crazy.
But listen to me. Listen to me one time. Exactly.
Yes.
How do you feel now?
I feel
You
great.
feel good.
Even
You feel
though
good.
the market's
But
shitty,
you feel
I
good
know
by
we're
smelling
going there
that,
again.
having that ambiance
Yeah.
in the air. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying.
I feel rich. Yes.
There you go.
I can buy expensive candles and not feel guilty about it.
Well, that's good. And that's what crypto is. It's a tool. It's a weapon.
Yep.
It's a key to unlock the shackles that are on your wrists and on your ankles to make you free. Now, some people are going to have a lot of keys from crypto to unlock a lot of stuff. But, at the very basic sense, that makes you happy. So why not use it to make you happy? I mean,
Yes.
you know what I mean? I mean, your life is better.
We do not want that Picasso in the attic.
No!
It doesn't work for you if you don't spend it. So when we
Exactly.
have some little peaks, take some profits,
Go
pay some
spend it.
stuff off,
Yes.
take care of yourself, give yourself something that feels
Free yourself, and freeing yourself is paying off that car debt. Freeing
Mhm.
yourself is paying off that house debt. Getting out from underneath the thumb of those people, or really the boot, the giant boot with the swastika on it. I mean, getting away from that is the key. Breaking free from that old system so that we can be free in a new system and say, you know what? I got FU money. I don't care about what you say anymore. You're not going to tell me what to do. Go watch that, The Gambler with John Goodman and Mark Wahlberg. FU money. That's what you want.
The FU money. That's what Ben talks about that. You need some FU money.
That's what you need.
So there's a guy that I really respect on Twitter, and he will not come on.
And his name is not Clint Westwood.
Well, I respect him too. But this guy is Shooty McBeardface. Do you ever follow Shooty McBeardface?
No.
He's like a super patriot 2A guy, like all this. And so he rants a lot about the stuff we're talking about the system and what's broken and whatever. And I said, free yourself, buy Bitcoin. And he said, not for me, because what happens when electricity goes down? And I was like,
if it gets to that point, then fine. You can go out and, knife everybody with the machete and fight all the zombies off and all that stuff. But until then, they're not going to let it go down. You know why? Because these vampires, they like their luxuries. They don't want things to go down. They want the lights to stay on. They want things to work and be fine. Because if it goes to a cannibal state, if it goes to this Mad Max scenario, they're all going to die. It's going to be French Revolution. Heads are going to get cut off. Do they really want that? No, they want to appease us just enough to keep us at the limit so we can keep our heads above water. Well, you know what? Crypto allows us to get on the yacht so we can sail over the water. Use the tools that are laid at your feet.
Okay, you just said yacht. So I retweeted. I believe it was a Canadian representative guy, and he does a great job explaining what happens when the money printer goes burr. And he talks about how
you got an $8 2x4. That's what.
Yes. And then actually what that does, people who have the haves, actually their assets become more valuable. Their house that's full of how many 2x4s?
A lot.
Becomes more valuable. Everything they have, and the have-nots are the ones
have
that
none
actually
of that.
end up have not of that. And so his quote was, I can't remember exactly, but I did hashtag from the have-not. It's going to be the greatest wealth transfer. What they're trying to do is the greatest wealth transfer of all time, from the have-nots to the have-yachts.
That's a good one. Have not to have yacht.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to stop. That's why I do this every day. Or every day. Not anymore every day. That's why I do this every Friday. Let's just say that.
But on your YouTube channel, which we are live streaming to, as well as my YouTube channel.
Well, good. I have something to watch tonight when I'm by myself, in my room.
And when
I'm in the dog
you guys
house.
are seeing me chat, I'm also Clint Westwood in the chat. So I apologize.
The real Clint Westwood, please stand up.
Oh,
I'm already up.
Remember that show? Do you remember that show where they did what was it called? Who's Who?
I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady Will. Yeah, no, I don't remember. 2 trailer park girls go around the outside. No,
not that. No, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of like when we were kids and there was the show of like they had 3 people and then they had to answer questions and you had to guess which one was the real person. And then they go, would the real Clint Westwood please stand up? And the 2 would fake it and then the real one would stand up.
I don't remember that. I remember the Newlywed Game.
Well, you're still younger than me. That's probably why.
I don't know. The Newlywed Game goes way back. I remember the Gong Show. Remember the Gong Show? We should do a Gong Show. We should do a Gong Show happy hour. Maybe we should. Oh, speaking of which, maybe we should do that in Phoenix because I'm going to Phoenix to see Bix
right. That's what we were talking about.
That's that. We're circle back. I got to circle back. I'm circling back. We're going to Phoenix. Lisa's going to Phoenix. I ain't no circle back girl. I like Gwen Stefani. Anyway, I don't know why.
I don't know. I'm just terrified everyone's like deep state now.
I know. Blake Shelton, why are you with Gwen Stefani? You know, I thought you were a good old boy. What's going on? You know, so anyway. It's very weird. Yeah, it is weird. But no, I'm going to go to Phoenix. I made the decision. Yes, I can get a direct flight. Hopefully I can get back into this communist state. I don't know. If I can't, whatever. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? You know, if I fly back in. And
they're going to tell you can't even get on the plane to fly back in.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I think you should check into it before you put your.
I really don't care. I really don't care. I really don't because if I'm stuck in Phoenix, I'm stuck in Phoenix. I know people. I'm good. Okay. You know what? If I got to drive home, fine.
We will be at.
Bix, do you have your motorhome yet? Because you can maybe drive me home and we can check out the place and where you're going to sing someday, if you ever make it here.
It'll be fun. Yes,
it will be fun. He's coming, but he's going to be in Hawaii for my thing, you know, in June.
Oh, in June.
So he can't make it for that. Well, but you know what? I know he's a busy guy. He's an awesome guy.
So I'm trying to say where the party is. I might just make a banner so you can rant and then I can also talk.
The party's right here.
That may be a new strategy. I might make banners while you talk.
It could be. You just do sign language. You know, you should do the sign language thing, you know, like they do whenever somebody's up talking, they're like,
I'm terrible at that.
What's with the crazy faces and stuff?
So part of the faces are to show expression because with our voice, you can show expression. You can show like if I say what or if I say what, like so your face shows the intonation of the sign language.
I get that, but why do they have to have people
that are hearing impaired, and I have a lot of respect.
No. I get that. No, it's not that. But the people that they have up there doing that, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's a little weird. That's all I can say.
Sometimes it's a little distracting. I will.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
You know what? If that's what it is that helps people that can't hear at all be able to hear.
You're right.
The idiocracy pouring out of Haydn's mouth, then.
Well, how can you see his mouth when he has a mask on and nobody else does for the climate thing?
How can you tell it's even him? No one else at the summit was in a room by themselves on video with a mask, except the leader of the free world.
The leader, the Der Führer. I mean, you know, how can... Anyway.
It's getting more and more ridiculous.
It's getting a little clowny.
I did get excited that they I saw a thing where Rachel Maddow's losing her mind.
Oh, she was. She was like panicked.
Did you see that?
Maddow's mind, yeah. She's like maybe they'll post something because to keep us up.
Maybe it'll come in a Q post.
I know.
And she acts all wackadoo.
I know.
And I was like,
what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
They're clearly afraid.
What are you afraid of? And I shouldn't have said that. Of what are you afraid?
Okay, so then I also saw, you know how they'll do those predictive programming things with The Simpsons and
everything.
Everything. But also that South Park, they're having a South Park and they're spelled it PARQ.
Yeah, they had. It was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah, they have vaccination.
Something about an illness or a prick.
Yeah, prick special. Yes, prick special. Yeah, I recorded it because I couldn't watch it at the time because there's too much cacophony in the home.
I don't ever watch that, but
you know what? I do love South Park because it's very sarcastic and it's very rude. And it's very, I know I do. I'm like, I hated it at first until I started watching it. I'm like, who's going to watch this stupid cartoon? Then I started watching it 20 years ago.
Like, damn.
And now I love it. What did I miss out on? Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I love the Cartman.
I think a lot of those things are messaging, like the promotion stuff. Like there was the one time where I saw a promotional ad in Twitter and it was Disney and it was Dory swimming upside down and it was right after they were all doing the weird TikTok things. Um,
Yeah. Fish.
it was very
stuff.
strange. Yeah.
Fishy stuff.
Lots
Really
of fishy.
fishy. Really
Okay.
fishy stuff. All right.
It says QCAZ. I don't know. Is that a
I'm checking out the
town
chat.
QC? I'm just going to put
What are you looking at?
Josh Lake put.
Okay.
I'm trying to put
Where's
the
he at?
location of the meetup.
It's Queen City. It's Queen City, I
Oh,
think.
thank you.
Queen City. You know, that makes me think of somewhere, you know, like near Studio 54 back in the day. I don't know. Queen City.
I'm not aware. Oh,
I hear,
Queens.
yeah, Queen City. Well, you know, I'm just like a queen, you know. It's like
I'm
all
not
right.
buying
All right.
selling.
We'll leave it. We'll leave
Okay.
it. We'll leave it right
There we
there.
go.
No,
That
it's gonna
is
be
where we will be. Scrolling
it's gonna
across
be
the
awesome. I will be there. I will be there. I will be there. And you know what? If anybody shows up, and if you
I'll
don't
be
have
there. Right?
yeah. We're gonna have karaoke.
And
Like
Mitchie will
Lisa.
be there.
And Mitch,
Yeah.
he likes to sing karaoke.
And so do I when I'm drinking. So
And so does Lisa when she's drinking. It's like she likes Journey, I think. So we need to play a little bit. Don't Stop Believing. I hear she's good at that one.
I love Journey. Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm so good I fall down.
She'll drink till she falls down. And she'll order another round and she'll go home.
Westwood,
with
what
the
kind of flag is
bottle
that?
in her hand. What flag?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Daddy-O says, what kind of flag is that, Westwood? I don't see a flag. Oh, there is. I think that's a above your head.
Oh, that one? Oh, okay. I'll show you.
I think it's.
Oh,
is
here.
it? Oh, that's
Yeah.
my favorite kind of flag.
Got some flags hanging.
Oh, I love that flag too. God bless our policemen.
I love this
And women.
bar. Yep, little Toby Keith.
It's pouring, and my daughter's boyfriend just started a new business. He is starting a roofing restoration business. So if you're
cool.
in the Oklahoma City area and we get big hail tonight, please check out and look for Rhino Restoration. Rhino something restoration.
I like that. Rhino.
Blue Rhino Restoration.
Blue Rhino?
Blue Rhino Restoration. Yes.
Checking out the chat, all these beautiful people. I love it. Coming an hour late, you know, hanging out with us, just leaving them hanging.
We're just sniffing candles over here.
Yeah, I know. Sniffing candles and drinking strong drinks and mowing grass with beers, and you know, everybody's hanging out. That's awesome. I mean, you guys are all so freaking cool. I mean, really. I mean, it really is.
Hey, one thing I do want to do a quick heads up. I'm still doing there's an opportunity to give. Oh, I think I put it in the description.
Let me look.
I'll go at it right now to LLS that we're extending it through the Phoenix meetup because Bix wants to do something as well as what they've already done personally. Yeah. And so that'll be for Team Mighty and for Leukemia Lymphoma Society. So I'll go grab those links and add them to the description. You might have to refresh.
Yep, because I don't see it now. Give Lisa a thumbs up while I'm looking at the thumbs up.
Yes, please do that. And give Westwood a thumbs up if you're watching on his
If you're
channel.
watching on Westwood's channel, the two of you, you know what? 2 thumbs up. Love you both.
You guys go subscribe to Westwood's channel. He does a daily, like his couple minute, especially if you're not on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, then you're really missing out.
Yeah.
Because he does his like 2-minute, very knowledgeable, great, concise information that you can share with your friends and family really easy.
Yeah.
So
220. Because Twitter only allows you 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So I think I got that down. I think I'm the master of the 220. Yeah, it's like boom, done. I'm out.
It's awesome.
You know, that's enough. You know, 220. I'm thinking the story of my life. That you know, that's probably a good time. Probably works for me. So anyway, yeah, 2 minutes 20 seconds on Twitter. Once in a while, I'll like what is it called, riffing? You know, when you like guitar riff, you know, that kind of thing. You go off and do something. I'll do that on YouTube. You know, what I'll do is I'm just going to keep on rambling, you know, and then I'll just post it on my YouTube channel. But I post all my Twitter stuff that I do, you know, 2 minutes, 220, you know, in that time frame on the YouTube channel, kind of as an archive. And then you can also see it on Odyssey. You can also see it on Library. I mean, just to kind of back it up, you know, so it's not lost, you know. Someday somebody might find some value in it. I don't know, in the future. But who's that crazy guy from the Midwest that was into crypto, that I talked to that one time? Oh yeah, he's out there on Odyssey. Yeah, one of those things. But I'll put the longer videos because sometimes I'll go like 15 minutes. That's a long time for me. So I'll be in the digibug, I'll be driving, and I'll start rambling on something and talking about taxes, and somebody will give me a bunch of crap because it's like, you voted for taxes, you put these people in office, you get what you deserve, you bankrupted Social Security. I didn't do it, but that's
You
the kind of stuff I get.
No,
but that's the kind of stuff I get. Those are the kind of comments, and it's like, that's cool. You can comment whatever you want, and I usually respond. I'll give you something back, and it's like, I don't know. Speaking of South Park, somebody said that to me today on Twitter, and I responded with that, and it's gone. Because all the money, it's gone. That's
Hey, so Daddy-O's saying, Bo Pony says this weekend falls into multiple timelines for earthly changes. And that's what Maya's been talking about as well. If you guys aren't on my Patreon, join my Patreon because you get the release of the coin predictions that I do with SL369, who's very gifted and psychic, and then an 85% accuracy rate. And then Maya from Shining Bull Astrology, and she does Vedic astrology, and so she'll do it's been really cool doing those interviews because we'll have like a team member of the project on, and Maya will start talking about timelines and stuff, and they'll be like, yeah, that's exactly, we're talking about releasing this or that, or how did you know? It's very cool. I love those Litecoin coasters. Those are cool.
And soon you will be able to put a Tito's and Fresca on top of them.
Yeah. Nana and I will be at Westwood 2021.
That is so awesome. So freaking awesome. Nana is going to, oh my gosh. I drive by that. Well, I don't even want to say it. I drive by that place quite often. And I'm like, that's going to be so cool. You're going to be close.
Yeah, we'll be really close. It'll be fun.
And I've got other things in the works, Lisa. You have no idea. I have said for a long time, and here I am drinking a little too much, but I have said for a long time what I want to do.
Anymore. You're good.
No, I'm not driving anymore. I hate to drive anymore. I hate to go anywhere. I feel like I'm old, I really, I don't even want to drive anywhere. I'm like, I don't need that. I just hate to leave
I get the
property.
biggest kick out of, so Nana's town is like, I think she says it takes 7 minutes to get to Walmart. The vet's 3 minutes away. I can't remember all the things. It's so funny.
Just count the minutes.
Yeah. And I'm like, she said something one time about, oh, I have to go drive the kids. And then all of a sudden she was back and somebody was like, that was quick.
Where'd you go? Did you just do a circle in the cul-de-sac?
Yeah, she lives in this little bitty town. And even with it being that close, I'm like, Mom, I walk farther than that every day. Right. She's like, oh, I don't want to go all the way to Walmart. That's like 3 miles.
That's the way I am. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to go anywhere. And it's like, so I stock up, and they have everything that I need here and that kind of thing. I don't know. It's a thing.
No. What do you mean less than a week? It's not less than a week.
Huh?
Mitch, it's more than a week because
what are we talking about?
Mama's trying to get rid of the COVID chub. Mitch is saying in less than a week we'll all be together in Phoenix.
No, it's 2 weeks from yesterday.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, bro.
I got some time.
Oh, I got this. Listen to me one time. So the Litecoin summit, remember? I went on my, I'm just like, look at this. I'm overweight. And I know I'm overweight. I'm just, I'm not liking it. So I get to the point where I'm disgusted with myself. Listen, you need to do something with yourself. Bam, bam. So leading up to the Litecoin summit, what did I do? I went on a 9-day freaking cleanse. That was it. 9 freaking days. So I'll probably do the same thing for Phoenix so I feel better because, you get in these little airplanes and you're like, it's like, I'm already
really good. I think he and Amy have been doing some
cleanses. They have been. Yeah. I think so too. And so I need to do that for like 9 days. And all it is just like the first 3 days, you eat just nothing but unprocessed food. So nuts, fruits, vegetables, that kind of thing. And you just eat all you want. You can eat all you want.
But you can't drink.
Right. I didn't for 9 days, and then I got to Vegas and it's like the first drink. I'm like, whoa.
Then you're on the floor.
I was like, holy crap. Why did I buy so much alcohol? But, But anyway, no, I might do that because I don't know, you feel better, and you say a lot of the religions, they say you need to fast, and there's a reason for it, I think. It's built into the religion, but if you fast, it gives your body a break. And so for a time, I would do like Mondays, I would say, because the weekends been like out of control. But Monday, I'd say, all right, I'm gonna fast on Monday. So I wouldn't eat anything. So I just drink water all day.
Do that. Like I
Yeah.
can
And I
do
mean,
that.
but if you did that every week, I don't think you'd have to worry about anything. Honestly, I
Really,
don't.
just one day a week? Because
One
like
day, if you just do one day to give your body a break and just like
yeah.
process whatever's in there, because you build up all this stuff. If you gave it one day every week, I guarantee,
So
not diet advice, but I really think if you just did a fast one day a week and just drank water that one day, you'd see a big difference.
So Ken Swars, which it's not Schwartz, it's Swars.
May the Schwarz be with you.
Anyway, he's scientist Ken from Purple Power C60.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
he was talking about how that when you partner C60 with the fasting, that it kills off those senescent cells or zombie cells, and that is what holds the toxins in your body. And like I told Mom, I was like, yeah, when I wake up, like I feel fine and I'm good, and then I swear the minute I eat something,
Yeah, you
I feel like my
crap.
body gets. And
Yep.
she said, that sounds like inflammation. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I might do something where I like cut out gluten and do some intermittent fasting.
You know what? Just fast one day a week. Try that. You'll be surprised because I've done it. I've
I
gone
only
20.
have 2 weeks.
That's true. I've gone 21 days without eating anything. 21 days, no food,
Just water,
and just a mixture of There's a
veggies.
Stanley. Well, no. Stanley Burroughs had something called the lemonade diet, I think it's called. And then what you do is basically you have water mixed with cayenne pepper, lemon juice. There might be something else like I think it's grade A maple syrup, unprocessed. So it's like got all the minerals in it, and you can drink all of that you want. And I mean, I'll tell you what, you want to get connected, you want to be like Jesus that went out for 40 days in the desert, and like your sense of smell, because I can't smell a skunk, save my life. But when I do that,
Your mom can.
oh yeah, she can smell a skunk.
Hit by
now Kathy can smell a skunk.
Yes.
No doubt about it. She's got she can smell.
Last time we were there at the farm, at the bar in the ranch, we were
at the ranch, at the retreat, whatever you want to call it.
There was a skunk had gotten hit on the road, and Kathy was like, "Oh my gosh, can you smell that?"
I know.
I remember that.
You got to watch out for the skunks, and I can't smell it though. So to me, I'm like, all right, whatever.
See, and I'm like super sensitive to smells. That's why.
Are you? Oh, I'm not.
Oh, my parents called me super nose growing up because I'd be like, I smell something.
She's breathing air from last week.
Yeah. No, I'm very scent aware.
Oh, that's cool. But I'm not. But when I go on a cleanse or when I don't eat food, because really you're mentally hungry, that's all it comes down to, and it's a psychological thing. When you get off the food, it's like a drug, which it kind of is nowadays because all the crap they put into it. But when you get off of that, I mean, you start getting connected to the universe again. I mean, you start like smelling, feeling different things. I mean, for 21 days not eating food and you don't think about that, you're pretty productive. I mean, you really are.
Send me the link of what that, or send me a list of what that is, because I would totally try something like that, and I would even be willing to do like no alcohol if I was going to be hardcore with something, and if it would help me be like more enlightened or more clear-minded. Or
all right, what we need to do is go to Sedona, Arizona when we're in Arizona. We need to go there and just like cleanse ourselves and all that, because it supposedly is like some vortex. Sedona. I don't know. I think the Grand Canyon would be pretty cool. I've never seen that.
I've never seen the Grand Canyon, and so I know that Bix is going to have some kind of meetup at the Grand Canyon. I don't know when. It's not this time.
I'm afraid of heights, though, so I'm not getting close to the edge.
No, I don't.
Not even close
for that.
No.
Have you heard about these idiots that like post for a selfie and like?
Oh yeah, they're like
it's a cliff.
It's
real funny till you fall down.
Yeah, the universe has a way of weeding things and culling things. Don't do something. Man's got to know his limitations. That's what it comes down to.
Ooh, I like some of these recipes they're saying in the chat. Mixed berry and coconut water. That sounds delicious. Somebody else is
Coconut
saying
water's good. Don't drink Gatorade. Drink coconut water in the morning. Like if you're hungover and you need electrolytes and you need,
I'm never hungover
yeah,
because
drink.
I drink Tito's and you do
Never,
not get a hangover. Never.
never once.
I might be exhausted from
Okay,
drinking.
dehydrated maybe.
Dehydrated probably, but I don't get hungover because it's filtered so many times and it has no sugar. What makes you hungover is the sugar. Your body processing all
that's
that
too
sugar.
much. And then your body's like, oh, give me carbs, give me more sugar, give me more saucy stuff, and you know, yeah. I get it. Yeah,
I'm
juicy.
all about a mixed berry coconut water smoothie. Like I really don't even. I'm not
Pina
a big
coladas with real coconut water,
but no rum because rum is really high sugar. Mom says you don't have time to go to Sedona.
I ain't got no time for that.
Ain't got no time for that.
I do like rum.
I like rum, but it does the same thing to me that whiskey does. I don't know if you guys do this, but like I will get cranky and I think it's the sugar. I think there's something about, and maybe my blood sugar gets low afterwards. And so then I get a little cranky.
Well, it could be. I mean, you think about it, the people who have, the high, what is it? A1C, who are high blood sugar, when they get older and they're cranky, they're just like, don't take my candy away from me. They're just like, ugh. But when they get started on it, they just want more and more and more of it because it doesn't fulfill them, but they feel like they need it. I mean, it's just a weird thing. And I lived with my mother-in-law. I mean, took care of her, and it was. It got to the point where it's like you just had to, if you kept her off the stuff, but once she had some of it, it's like she wanted more and more and more. And it's just like she's diabetic. It's like, what are you doing? And I've seen other people like that. And they don't care. Their foot's going to fall off because they got diabetic ulcers. They don't care. They want more of it. They want a Snicker bar. They want this. They want that.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
But then at some point, there is like a quality of life thing where when you're, 90 and your greatest joy in life is to eat a Snickers bar and you can't get out of your room.
I agree with you. I've always said, you're not going to put me in the nursing home. Give me the bottle of whiskey. I'll take care of myself. You're not, I'm going to have what I want. I enjoy it. I'm going to go do my thing. You don't have to worry about me.
Well, we're going to all be so crypto rich. We can have nurses in our home taking care of us.
Yeah, right. Doing IVs of Jack Daniels.
So that was the other thing I was thinking with all this nonsense with the prick and all these people being harmed.
I hate pricks. I hate them.
It's a lot of pricks in the world.
Pricks are bad.
And if the whole medbed thing is true, then I did see another weird commercial for like a light treatment, and you were laying in a bed and it had like a light over it and it somehow scanned you. And I want to say it was for bone density. So I got into this whole thing of watching OAN, not Newsmax anymore, but OAN definitely. Yeah. If you watch their commercials, something's up with that.
Got something going on, huh? Well, the commercials tell you everything because that's where the money's at. I mean, you look at network news and it's like, ask your doctor if it's right for you. And then they spend 30 seconds. It might cause this. You might be able to, I mean, all these side effects, they list them all, and of course, death, once in a while, death, not a big deal.
I'm going to see if I can find the tweet that said side effects and this girl, it was a skit from Saturday Night Live. And this girl has like,
that was a good skit
out of her head.
Yeah. The skit from Saturday Night Live, I don't like it because it's usually out of whack. But you know what?
Yeah.
They got to get ratings, so they got to say like funny stuff, and funny stuff is true. And so if you go watch that skit that they did about I'm
going to see if I can.
It was pretty good. I mean, it really was. And the NFT one was good. I mean, you see the NFT?
I didn't see that. I don't
watch the NFT one. I mean, if you look it up on, some social media program. Don't want to promote anything, but if you go look up the NFT skit that Saturday Night Live did, it was really good. I mean, it really was. It was
like it was accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of accuracy, and I mean, it just kind of caught the vibe, and the emotion of the whole NFT thing. They did a good job. So whoever's writing that script, they're in tune with what's going on. Crypto is mainstream, and people don't even know it. I mean, it's already implanted. It's like that when you go and take that, that C test where they put the thing up your nose and they have those things that like grab into you and then release the stuff later. What's that called? Thermogrippers or something? I think I made a note. Yeah, Theragrippers. Go look up Theragrippers in Johns Hopkins.
I have not.
Everybody that went and got the test, the test, you might have had something shoved up there because that technology exists. And it's like this thing, this little thing, like this, not the size of my hand, but a little tiny thing. And then it's up there. It could get in there and then boom, it's got kerosene coating on it. So when your body warms it up, it like grabs onto the tissue and then it starts injecting the medicine that's into it. I mean, so you could be pricked and not even know it if you got the test. And what's in that? I'm telling you, go back and look at SV40. Somebody, if you're, thinking about, well, should I get it or not get it? Look up SV40 and what happened with the whole polio thing. I mean, these people don't care what they put in these things. And then you got to live with the consequences. And guess what? You can't sue them because they're immune by law.
Yeah, they actually created a special court to where
the prick injury court
by signing, because you have to sign a waiver to take it because it is experimental, and then you waive because
it's gene therapy. It's not a real prick. It's it's not a real It's gene therapy. So
V is a real V. And what is this whole vagina day? Have you heard this?
Every day's no.
It says something about mind the gap, and it was one of those weird promoted tweets.
Cross that chasm.
Like, no. Yes. Canagasm that I don't own anymore.
Right. That's why I didn't say it because I'm not going to promote something.
Oh no, it's fine. I hope my friend does really well.
I hope so too. We want everybody, the rising tide to lift all boats.
Part of it. Yes.
Yeah. You just ain't got time for that.
Ain't got time for that.
I ain't got no time for that.
No, for sure. Oh my goodness.
So anyway, you were going somewhere with something. Hey, Gary M, what's up, bro?
I know. I was trying to say hi to everybody. Oh, that's the other person.
Yeah, grade B maple syrup. That's right. It's the grade B maple syrup you want. Master Cleanse. Yep. By Stanley Burroughs.
Like Whole Foods and buy that or something?
No. I mean, you can probably order it off Amazon.
So yes, you have to go to.
You're all good. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either.
I'll tell you what, next week, all I know is I'm going to have a driveway full of materials. I'm going to have posts. I'm going to have metal roofing. I'm going to have all this crap sitting out here because what am I going to do with it? Putting up a pavilion.
Can I get it done? Yeah, you're putting up the pavilion.
Putting up a pavilion. Awesome. And I know a guy that's going to help me. Hopefully he's bringing another guy that can help. But
really?
Yeah, we're going to have this up. We're going to get this pavilion done. I mean, there's other things in the works. I mean, you have no idea. I'm investing in this. I'm investing in the community. I'm investing in, everybody having freedom. That's what I do. That's what I want to do. I don't need to go out and buy anything except things that are.
Well, so it's been really interesting. I've offered, I really felt strongly about looking into tarot and spiritual gifts and connecting with spirit. And then Soul Rita's been mentoring me through that. And one of her suggestions was like, you need to be more playful with it. You need to do it more, but do it somewhere you feel safe. And so I started offering, as every one of my Patreons joins, I send them a message and I say, hey, if you're interested, I'd love to share your crypto journey on the show, and or if you would like a private tarot reading. And so it's been really cool. And they've actually given me really good feedback that it's been something positive or given them some insight or information that they needed to hear from spirit. But one of the things was talking about, oh my gosh, I just went on a rant and forgot what I was talking about. The whole, so many of them are having this same, and it's come up in multiple tarot readings where like, they're building community and they want either a farm or some kind of land or I think some of this early crypto people are like, I think it's biblical too. Yeah. And I think the people that were brought to crypto for whatever reason early on, there's so many of them with good heart that want to help other people. And like, I mean, probably the majority of them, a lot
Mhm.
of my Patreons, they're like, well, I just have this urge. I want to get some
Yes,
land. I
it's
want to be
it's
able to
it's
grow
in
some food.
us, and
I want
we
to be able to
feel it.
help my friends and family. It's like if they wouldn't listen to us about crypto, at least I can help them with food later or something.
No, I absolutely no, because that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I've always felt disrupted in this world, that the world's topsy turvy, and that there's something I can do to fix it, in some way. I don't know. I didn't know what it was. It's like, oh, do I run for president? Because that's what I always thought. I'm going to be president someday and I'm going to fix this crap. And then I
Ooh.
realized how corrupt it was. And then I'm like, okay, that's not my path. And, so it's, this evolving thing. And that's, I believe things need to organically grow, and you just have to go with the flow. And you
Mhm.
have to be in touch with it. Hold that thought, whatever you're thinking. But
No, I'm
it's
writing it down. I'm good. You're
no,
good.
but that's what it is. It's like a tree. You put that sapling in, you put that little tree in, and you don't know what's going to turn out like. The wind might blow it. There's trees in the southern point of the Big Island of Hawaii where it's so windy, or not the big, yeah, it's the Big Island, yeah, on the southern point. And I mean, the trees are like this because there's so much wind. You don't know how that tree is going to grow when you plant it, but you know what? It finds a way and it works itself into the universe, and it just does its thing. It grows organically based on the what's around it, and the experiences that it has. And that's how I feel. That's how a lot of people feel. But inside, we know that there is something in us that's dwelling, that we need to serve humanity. We need to help people. We need to, I went into teaching. I only taught for a year and I've still got my degree, but, or my certificate. But, I knew that that's my path at some deeper level. It's just trying to understand how I can express that, how that spirit inside me in this meat sack, this flesh body, what that purpose is. But I know it deep down, and so I choose certain things based on that. And this gets into what we were talking about before that we got on. And I think we all come here knowing that we have a mission. Some people come here because they don't know what to do. They don't care, they're just, I don't know, I don't even know what to think about them. But there are some people with a mission. I mean, it's the laser eyes, it's just like fire burning. And that's why we're so unsettled, because it's like, I need to accomplish this and I'm not doing it right now, and so it makes me upset. And so I get a little upset sometimes because, there's something I need to do. And if you think about this, there's like this magic cosmic bus stop in the sky. We're all spirits. We're all sitting around this cosmic bus stop. And, we're determining what we're going to do. We're going to need to manifest ourselves in these wheat sacks, these bodies. And, I look at Lisa, and Lisa says, hey, I need to learn forgiveness. And I'm like, okay. And Lisa says, no, I really need to learn how to forgive somebody. Because that's a lesson I need to learn. I've done, 1,000 spiritual journeys, but I need to learn how to forgive someone. I need to let it go. I'm like, all right, so what are you talking about? And so we come up with a scenario that's like, all right, Lisa, here's what we can do. I'll be reborn in the same life as you. You'll be this person, that person. We'll come down here on Earth, and I will be a drunk driver. And you know what? I'm going to kill your child because I was driving drunk. And you're going to have to forgive me. Can you do that? And we make this deal before we ever come down. And Lisa says, you know what? I can do that. It's going to be tough, but I can do that. And so we come down here in the flesh. We're born. I live my life. She lives her life. And then, I stay out too late. I go to the bar and I just start slamming, and I drive home. And you know what? I look down at my phone or whatever it is. I get distracted and I swerve over, and boom, head-on collision. I live and her daughter doesn't. Now, Lisa is challenged with, what do I do? And she's in this form now to where we have a remnant of memory of the spirit that we came down to do, but that's the lesson we chose. That's what we chose to do. And will Lisa in this life forgive me for what I've done? And if she does, then she can go back to that cosmic bus stop and she's evolved. And then I meet her in there and I'm just like,
and then together collective consciousness has raised because
we figured it out. We healed our spirits. We evolved our spirits to where we can forgive these things because we know that we are just spiritual beings that move on and move on and move on. So we've fought that karma, as Cliff would say. We've eaten that karma
Right. We
in this
cleansed
life.
it. We
Yeah, we
cleansed
let
that
it
karma.
go. We
You
did it.
taught
We
me this,
processed it.
and probably one of the most simple statements. And it was so profound in my life that I have shared it multiple times with people. And I was really frustrated with someone in my life who was, I felt being selfish, and it was very painful. And I was really irritated with them. And they're actually struggling with something, like it's a burden to have their situation. And I was really angry because of their situation, they aren't really nice all the time and different
Yeah.
things. And and I'm like, and then they said this, you know, and instead of being what people would think is a friend, oh, really? Yeah, that's terrible. They said that to you. You just got real quiet and you said, wow, they agreed to take that role on so that you guys could have this lesson, or something to that effect. It was like very short. And I was like, huh? And they're like, and you said, like, there's all these roles.
Mhm.
And everybody said, it's kind of like, if you, Cannon loves that game, Jumanji.
Yeah.
And it's the second one is probably the best one. It's hilarious. And, you know, the little cheerleader girl goes, oh, I'll be Dr. Shelley, whatever. And then she jumps into the game and she's a fat white guy. And she's like, what is this? You know?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. But basically, what you're saying is like, we all choose these roles. We all agree to jump in the game
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we
play
do.
out a role, because collectively, consciousness, our collective consciousness will rise to the next level of the
Yeah.
game but somebody's got to play that role. And
Yeah.
he's like, man, that's so huge that she would choose to take on that role so that you didn't have to.
Right.
And then I think about what a burden that role is.
Right.
And thinking that they would choose that probably because they love me a lot.
Right. They love you
Even
so
though it's going to
much
be painful.
that they're
But
gonna
they're like, I'll be that one.
exactly. I'm gonna come down to earth and
I'll be
you're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me because of what I've done and the stupid decision I made. But you know what? It's because I love you so much that I'm going to do that. And I know I'm going to take the slings and arrows. I know I'm going to do that because I'm not going to remember making the deal. There'll be some, you know, psychic vision, you know, message here and there, some inkling to where it's like deja vu that flashes into your head that you're like, you know, you might remember it, but you know what? It's so hard because we're locked in these bodies that don't let us express ourselves. But, you know, they've taken on that role. And then if you look at it that way and you think, you know, it all comes down to the fact that, you know, either you believe that our essence goes on forever or it doesn't. And if you don't believe it goes on forever and you think this is it, then none of this works. None of it works. It doesn't work. No. I don't believe that. It can't be, because we've met each other before. I mean, so many of us who have brought, you know, we've known each other for lifetimes. And I mean, you know, I know
that's why we have that familiarity. You know?
And it's just we meet each other and we're like, oh, hi, how you doing? I mean, great to see you again.
The frequency is there.
Right. It's
Uncle
there.
Cliff sent me an email today, and we have this inside conversation. And we were talking about, and when you just said, like, knowing yourself and yourself is fully there, like, I wouldn't say I had a near-death experience, but I went into anaphylactic shock, and like, I wasn't present, and they were like, you were not responding, whatever. But I remember feeling like I was my whole self. And I thought, oh, if this is dying, I'm okay with that. Like, I didn't miss anything. I wasn't sad. And so I think if we just keep moving on and bumping into each other, like, we're really not ever apart from each other. You know what I mean? There really is no loss. The physical corporal body is the loss. And when we're here on earth, you know, maybe that's part of my lesson with Mia was I had to quit counting on that so much and seeing that connection, that spiritual connection, the frequency connection that we have that can never be taken away from us.
Right. Doesn't go away. Doesn't go away. No. And you know, that lesson, that pain that she went through, was probably to teach you something. And you think, and I look at it, I'm not involved in it. I wasn't a part of it, but then I'm from an outside view. When I look at it as, okay, suffered. It was something you never expected to happen. You never expected that she would be with you that long. I mean, it was just not anticipated. It just happened. And it just organically evolved magically, that limb went that way and then you followed it. So you ended up taking on that role when you never thought you would. You did that when you never thought you would. And she's probably as much pain as you think she went through and she did in this physical form. But that was her spiritual mission to put you on a different path, probably. And what happened because of that? I mean, did your life change? It did in many ways. And
She changed me significantly.
Yeah, and you're here now doing things that, because of that and other things, you are who you are right now because of all of the circumstances that have led to this point. Without her, would you be doing what you're doing now and all these people in the chat, bringing all these people together?
No, I mean, and that's what, when she, I think my righteous anger, and I see a lot of people do this, and all of you in the chat, I know a lot of you have big hearts, and I could see this in yourself, and I would ask you to challenge yourself a little bit about this. It's so easy to stand up for other people. For me, you mess with my kid and my claws are coming out, I'm coming at you. But for me, I won't stand up for myself a lot of times. Yeah. And so with Mighty, like, she had behavioral issues, speech stuff. She's African American. We dealt with race issues with people being really nasty.
You're in Oklahoma. I mean, it's not like...
Well, try going to Arkansas and getting told that we should put her in the back of the stroller because we should have the little cute white boy with the blue eyes in the front. Yep. I mean, and my little sister was like, oh, come. I'm like, it's okay. I was like, well, we think they're both beautiful. We think they're both really special. And she's like, how do you do that? And I was like, because they can't hear you when you go at them with hate. If I went really defensive, that lady would have never heard me. Instead, I left a question in her mind, and she was like, why was that? So why is this lady doing this? And why does she have those kids? And you know what? That's not my conversation. That's her conversation to have with God. So sometimes it's okay not to have you don't have to explain everything to everyone. You don't have to have the last word, because that may be for them to leave you with a question in their mind and have that conversation with universe, God, spirit. That's not yours to tell them. But you may have been the person that helped put that question in their mind. So, and that can be done with love. And
that's a beautiful truth, because take the ego out of it. And so many times during our day, you think, okay, well, I need to buck up. I need to win. I need to come back at this person. It's like, you know what? No, you don't. If you can plant that seed that allows them to think about something, and that's on them then. If it's not going to grow and it's just going to die and they're not going to water it, that's on them. You've done your job, you walk away, because you can't fight every battle. There's no sense in fighting all the battles. There's no reason to fight the battles. A lot of them. There are some that you can fight, but it's just, you just leave it with them and you move on. And you can't let it bother you. I mean, you just got to let that stuff go. I mean, and realize realize the good that you can do. And the good that you can do is what you're doing right now. As an example, looking at you, what you're doing right now, you're affecting so many people and helping them to, awaken to the reality that we have here. And so that is their lesson. That's their soul lesson that they need to learn. And because they've come to you, you're a lighthouse. And that's what I've always said about crypto. It's a lighthouse. It calls these boats home, and it gives us a purpose, and realize, I was born. I know I need to do something. Something's unsettled in my spirit. I just need to figure out what the freak it is. I'm here. I made this cosmic deal. What the heck am I supposed to be doing? And then boom, it's an awakening. It's a tool. It's a weapon. It's that thing that activates us. And what you're doing wakes us up. What we're all doing, even what I'm doing right now, wakes some people up.
What you're doing, joining me, what everyone's doing, and listening to those things that the frequency sounds true to you. That sounds right for your heart.
You feel it.
And one of the things, Carly, she came over and she's really, my oldest daughter, she's exploring her journey and spirituality and really sharing with me. And I'm really blessed. I won't share all the personal stuff because I thought she was going to come on the show the other night. And she's like, Mom, I just want to ask you some things. But she came over the other day and she was just so lighthearted and happy. And I was like, what's going on? And she's like, I just like have been really seeking truth and whatever. And she goes, I just got this message that like, I'm not going to even know my purpose till, I don't remember what year she said, 2023 or 2025, something like that. And I said, well, and this girl is super organized, a little in control of the situation at all times. And I said, oh, well, how does that make you feel? And she goes, oh, I'm just so relieved. Like, I was stressing every day trying to figure out like, okay, I'm adulting. What's my purpose? What am I going to do the rest of my life? She's literally 21 years old. I'm like, and she's had this message and confirmation to say, like, I always tell my husband he's super organized and he has to know the schedule of the day. And he has to also know everyone else's schedule of the day.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, well, what, we wake up, finish coffee. He's like, what are we having for dinner? I'm like, oh my God. And I always say, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Or, we'll have things happen. And my saying is, I'm not there yet.
Yep.
Like, I don't have to figure that out. I don't have to think about it. Don't stress me out. And so she was having I'm not there yet. And she got to be freed by that. And I think a lot of us, like, we just are really hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are really hard on themselves and think you have to have it all figured out.
You
And
don't.
ultimately, I mean, no way. I can tell you through years of God beating me over the head of like, and then I'd finally go, oh, you're my protector and provider. Oh, okay. And we think we have to do these things and take these actions. And really all we have to do is be true to ourselves, listen to ourselves. That was one of the things Uncle Cliff and I were talking about in the email, were the concept of self and what that looks like to remove ego. And still have
that's
self.
it. Remove that ego.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people talk to me. I've had a person say it was a good thing, to where, okay, if you have a worry, write it down, put it in a box, close it, and let God handle it, or just throw it away. I mean, your worries, just give them away. Give them away because there's a greater force at work. Let them go. And in my own life, and this is just personal experience, I think I can do anything. But you know what? I'm getting older. There's only so many things you can do. And I watch, people, family members older starting, it's harder for them to do things. And it's like, I will be at that point someday. And I know that. And that ego, that I can do it thing, you got to let that go. You got to get rid of that and quit thinking that you can do everything, because we as a group can do anything, but you've got to let that go and say, you know what? And every time I've done this, and just let it go and say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done fighting against the stream. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to trust whatever you want to call it that's up there, around there, in here. If you just trust it, it all works out. It really does. And, I'm going through that experience now to where I made a purchase, and I'm like, all right, I could have paid for it, but I didn't. And I'm like, I just let crypto figure it out, and I don't care.
I mean, I don't know how much this candle is going to cost in the future.
Right. Yeah.
But I deserve it.
Exactly.
Take some profits. Spoil yourself.
You need to make sure that your life and the lives of those around you, because your life is better, make sure that you are making a positive impact. Leave things better than you found them. And if crypto gives you that opportunity to leave things better than you found them, then use it. Don't take it to the grave, because if you take it to the grave, they might not know your private key and it's gone. And it's useless. It's useless.
Okay.
You've wasted an opportunity.
To yourself, Westwood. Do you remember when I pulled that card for you?
No. I know. I got this.
I got
this covered.
Hey, let's do some of that. I need a refill. And since we're not going to be on John Claude tonight, if you're up for it, do you want to do part 2 on Patreon?
Sure.
After hours, happy hour, after happy hour?
Yeah. You can go sign up for Lisa's Patreon right now. Go to patreon.com.
I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, put the link in the chat.
It's $5 a month. I would love to have you there. If you sign up for my Patreon, I will send you a message tomorrow morning, probably. And I will offer you either a free private tarot reading and or sharing your crypto journey on the channel. That's something I love to do with my Patreon, because I feel like it's a safe place where if you've got my back, then I can learn with my tarot. And we've had some really cool readings. So maybe we'll do, I don't know if you want to do, or we could do a tarot reading about something, not necessarily.
Maybe we can pull another card for Westwood and see what happens.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
So thanks you guys for being patient with me today. I'm sorry about the delay and the travel and all that, but I'm going to go get a refill.
So what do you need? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? When do we meet back?
I probably need 10 minutes because I'll have to set up a link.
All right.
And then send all the links, and I have
Let's
to.
say 10 minutes from now, we're going to talk about Patreon stuff. I'm
we'll
looking
be
at the
on
charts.
Patreon.
And maybe some crypto.
We'll see. Crypto and a little tarot and
a little woo-woo.
We'll see where it goes. A little woo-woo.
That sounds good to me.
All
Thank you, everyone, for joining. We love you all. We really do.
Remember the Bix meetup, May 7th, 2 p.m. Bar Venito, 7215. Oh, I think I missed a number. Anyway, look up Bar Venito and you'll find it in Queen City.
I'll be there. And so will Lisa.
And so will Nana. No. So will my Charlie.
And Charlie will be there. You can see Charlie. He's a cool dude. Handsome guy.
All right. You guys take care. We'll see you over on Patreon. Thanks, everybody.